Welcome to the Weather Gurus podcast for this January 24th, 2024, Wednesday hump day forecast for the lower 48 United States. The good news is that a warmth has returned to the majority, 3/4 of the country here. Everyone is above freezing except the extreme northern tier up near International Falls and up to the Dakotas and the Montana Big Sky country. They've been below freezing. But everyone else is above freezing and enjoying sunshine out in the southwest and up into the Intermountain West as well, and also in the Midwest. But however, clouds and fog remain in the Northeast, the upper Midwest, and then the Southeast as well, as a stationary front is pulling through the Tennessee Valley and the North Georgia mountains as well as the Appalachians, the southern Appalachians. This will combine to create foggy conditions tonight. Snow melt will continue up north as rain is in the forecast all the way from this today, Wednesday, all the way through Sunday for those cities along the Northeast megalopolis and also up into New England as well. As you can see here, there's a warm surge of air. Winds are out of the south and the east southeast coming in here, and that's bringing a surge of warm weather that's expected to continue through next week as well. So that's the good news. But if we look at the ensemble heights here, the ensemble model here to run here, you can see that climatologically speaking, we're going to have an above normal temperatures for the northeast, mid-Atlantic, as well as the southeast. This will continue into the Intermountain West as well into the west exactly, and then after say we get closer to the new beginning of the new month, there's going to be an area below average temperature sneaking in here for the southeast and the deep south there that's going to expand and continue. But this continued warm temperatures look to be continuing here, at least at the 500 millibar height level, climatologically speaking, for the next week and a half throughout almost the end of January here, before another ridge and flow, a more zonal flow takes over later on toward the end of the month, the 31st to the February, the beginning of February. We see here there's some cold patches of air trying to work its way in there. We'll see how far it gets from there. So the hazards for today, for tonight, you need to be prepared for is that if you're coming along anywhere from I-10 or I-20 or I-59 in the southern tier, if you're in Jackson, Mississippi, there's a flash flood warning. Meridian, Hattiesburg, down through New Orleans, flash flood warnings and watches are posted. Houston, Beaumont, Lake Charles, down through Victoria, Texas, and Port Lavaca, those areas, there's a flood warning in effect for those interior counties there, just to the east of the Red Hills of Texas there, hill country of Texas, and also eastern Texas, all of Louisiana, all of Mississippi, and all of most of central and northern Alabama and the Tennessee Valley as well. You want to be prepared for flood watches in effect as those rivers swell past their banks, as this rain is putting in 1 to 2 inches per hour. Now, north of that, if you're in St. Louis, come along I-70 there from Terre Haute, Indianapolis, Springfield, into those areas there east of Chicagoland. So if you're coming through the 80-90, the South Bend Toll Road there, Indiana Toll Road there, through Porter County, through Maryville, Gary, Indiana, those places under flood watches. Be very careful tonight because it's going to be mixed with foggy too. Hazy conditions continue, not just here, but also in the Northeast corridor in Philadelphia, Camden, New Jersey, Delaware, Wilmington, Delaware, down through Baltimore. There's going to be fog conditions all throughout the central Pennsylvania valleys, down through the Shenandoah Valley, as the snow melt continues to mix with this rain and create foggy conditions as the temperature, the advection fog, rises there. So be very careful tonight if you're going out. Winter weather advisories only extended through the Adirondacks, the Green and White Mountains of New Hampshire and Vermont, respectively, and also all of Maine. So that's where we're going to have some snow showers on the top end of this system, and a little bit of snow accumulating out here in the Utah Basin, just south of St. George, Utah, and those areas there. So that'll be good news for the ski resorts. It's more of a nuisance out there in the Intermountain West. So that's what we have going on in terms of the forecast here. And severe weather, like I said, is confined to that area down here by New Orleans and Louisiana, the Gulf Coast states, New Orleans, Biloxi, Hattiesburg, those areas. There is a slight risk for some severe weather, but nothing too substantial here. We're going to go to the radar here, and we're going to show you, just courtesy of radar scope. You can see this one out of Beaumont, this radar out of Texas here. You can see, as I put it in the play here, we have these streamers coming up here, heavy streamers coming up through Houston, along the outer loop here of Houston, the 610 loop, going towards Beaumont on I-10. And sometimes they may have little spin-ups here with this system, little vortex signatures here that are spin-ups here that are causing extra conditional convection of rain, and these heavy yellows and oranges depicted by there through Lufkin and Nacogdoches, Texas. Now, this is going to continue over through Louisiana, once again heading toward Baton Rouge and New Orleans, and that's why the flash flood warning is in effect for another hour and 46 minutes here for Livingston, St. Charles Parish, St. James, St. John, Terrebonne Parish, and all of these other parishes here, as you can see. And these flood warnings were going to continue throughout tonight here. So be very careful if you're coming through that region. But this is where we had the heaviest rain here coming through that area along the stationary front that's just moving and then not moving and then continuing to cause problems and issues on the roads and highways here. Luckily, the skies, we haven't seen too many delays as a result of low ceilings. But most of the delays are going to be as a result of low ceiling, cloud ceilings, and volume. That's going to be the type of delays that we may see coming out of Houston Continental Airport and Hobby Airport there. So look out on that. Check your flight schedule for that type of thing going on there. Now we can also switch views here to the Atlanta radar, and you can see some few showers along the western suburbs of Atlanta on I-20 there. So if you're coming out of Atlanta, western Douglasville, Villa Rica, coming out the western suburbs down I-20, some of those showers may impact you, but they're mostly nuisance showers here. To get a wider view here of the zone here, you can see that the rain hasn't quite made it. There'll be more of an overnight thing for that area too. So be on the lookout from rain here in the south, anywhere from like I said, on those major corridors, I-65, I-20, I-75, coming through Macon, through Atlanta, Knoxville, Chattanooga, into the mountains of western North Carolina, Asheville, Columbia, Greenville, Spartanburg. All those areas are going to be affected tonight and then into tomorrow morning as this rain advances eastward out of the Texas and Arkansas region. So this has been the report for the Weather Guru. Please be sure to subscribe to this channel for the latest interpretation of weather data as it comes available in the lower 48. I appreciate your support, and I'll talk to you soon. Blessings and be safe.